Oh my god, we can sell a piece of territory for 4,200 ducats. Let's sell it. Oh my god, we all of a sudden have so much money. This video is made possible by Paradox Interactive. Right, here we are. It's Europa Universalis V. Now, I'm a Stellaris player, and obviously that means that I've clearly arrived on a primitive world, and I need to somehow either get off of this rock or conquer it in the glorious name of my empire. Now, I've never played this game. I've just opened it up for the very first time. There's a continue button because there is no save file. There is 0 achievements unlocked, and on top of that, it tells me to go to the recommended countries. I'm not going to go to the recommended countries. Are you out of your bloody mind? We're not doing that. We're going to go to the world map. We got places to discover. But yeah, Europa Universalis, Paradox Interactive asked me to take a look at the game, and this video is made possible by them. So that's pretty exciting, of course. But, of course, staying within the theme of what we usually do on the channel, we're going to leave Europe behind and actually try to discover something on the west side of the ocean. Whatever may be on that side. Maybe it's a new world. Maybe it's a randomized world. I don't know if there's a country randomizer in this, but we'll see. As apparently we're loading a save game. That's new. I'm not entirely sure what's up with that, but I'm sure that everything will be fine. There it is, the glorious world. Now, for those of you who are not aware, this patchwork of a mess is also known as the Holy Roman Empire, and I'm not going to do the whole thing about it not being Roman Empire, yada yada. What it is, however, is what can only be described as a cornucopia of madness, because there's so much stuff going on. Overall, you know, you got Bohemia over here doing its own thing. You got the Golden Horde, because of course it is, and there's Great China, Tibet, yada yada. However, for our purposes, we are going to play as the greatest country ever known. We're going to play as the County of Holland. Now, the County of Holland, obviously, for those of you who are not so historically inclined, clearly the greatest nation to have ever existed, and we're going to go and explore the new world, unify the Low Countries, and basically generate the biggest economy as we can, and maybe play a little bit of a politics game around us, because that's the way the cookie crumbles. So yeah, we are Catholic. We got a little bit of Judaism in there. I have no idea what any of this stuff means. We got a bunch of bonuses. I have no idea what all of this stuff is, but we're gonna play as Holland. We're gonna dive in, and off we trot. The country of Holland. It's the April 1st, 1337, and apparently we have been bound to the Kingdom of France, or the Holy Roman Empire, for quite some time. But apparently there's some starting advice, which is nice. We need to build a marketplace in every town. That's their suggestion, as well as expand our textile industry. So that's nice. We also need to placate our neighbors as much as possible. So we need to build a market, they said, right, in every single district. Do we have like a thing that we can use to build? Tax base, political. These are the map modes, I would guess. Markets? Oh, yeah, okay, cool. So there's some markets over here. Very nice. So there's quite a lot of territory going on here, which is pretty crazy. And we need to figure out what is going on here in terms of like territorial stuff and how we can survive in this here crazy world. I actually want to have a little bit more visibility on the map modes. There you go, so we can actually see what's going on. We control all of this orange stuff, and now we got to figure out how to build markets. Okay, I figured it out. We go to the production area, and then we get marketplace over here. We can essentially just build a marketplace, and these are our options. Like we already have one over here, but of course we want to cheap out because we are Dutch after all, so we're just going to go and build it over there. So that's all nice, and we've also done some advantages and other things. Now in the meantime, we got our neighbors to take care of. Like we got Utrecht over here. Utrecht is its own archbishop thing. I think it's like a church thing, which is problematic because they hail to the papacy down here, which is a whole different ball game. But we also need to like take control of all of these other areas, including like Friesland and all of this stuff over here, as well as all the rest of the Low Countries. And that's going to take some time, but we need to consolidate everything as fast as we can. We should also try to integrate Zealand at some point, but I also find out something else. So if you go into here, into this screen, I believe it was. Oh yeah, it was under advances. Now, the Age of Discovery doesn't start until 1437. That is 100 years from now. First, we have to go through the friggin' Renaissance before we actually can get to the point where we can start exploring stuff. And then even after that, we're set to get into the age of the Industrial Revolution later on down the line. Obviously, that's way down there. But we got 100 years to play the Europe game before there be dragons over here and try to do our own thing. Of course, Portugal is probably way ahead of things already. Doesn't matter. We'll be fine. We're just going to go and sit back here, build up our economy, and then when we realize that there are goods to be had somewhere over here, then we'll send out our exploration teams. Of course, the most important thing about nation building is a healthy dose of invasion, which is exactly what we're doing right now. These Frisians were incredibly mean to us. We obviously do not like that, so we're just going to go ahead and invade their lands and take all their land. I think that's probably the best thing we can do. We raised up these levies. They seem to be doing just fine. We'll see how this is all going to pan out, but our troops are on their way. We'll see whether or not they're going to be... Oh, there's 2,000 more troops over here. Something tells me that I should probably merge these together if I can, because 800 troops is probably not going to be enough for our purposes. Let's see if we can just... we'll just see if we can merge these into one block. It's kind of like Stellaris in that way. Pretty fun, you know? You just merge your fleets together. Oh, we're in combat. It looks like Frisia has decided to jump in. We got significantly more troops than them. And we got cool horses, and they don't. We got two. We got one. They only got one. So we're automatically going to be the winner. Whilst that is going on, I found out something else as well. Like, if you go into these places, and specifically you look in like the infrastructure side of things, you can find out that there is quite a lot of interesting things going on here, like a full-on pop system. You should be able to recognize this sort of thing. So this is like putting on just another shoe. Like, trying to wrap your head around the game is one thing, but then there's stuff like this, and yeah, you're doing just fine. All right, cool. We've managed to take over the first one. We're sieging down this place. There you go. It's like planetary. There you go. We've occupation of Wolvagia, so that's cool. We're just gonna go ahead towards the capital and just take over that place, as we should. Well, we're getting some attrition. Nothing too crazy, but we should be able just to take over this place and just be done with it. We got some science out of it too. Delightful, absolutely delightful. But yeah, we should be able to add this place to us soon, and then we'll be even bigger, controlling the North Sea, so to speak. And whilst that is all going on, it's the Renaissance, so we can now do a whole bunch of cool things. We can go for administrative focuses. Basically, I think we get these focuses. This should be something that you should recognize as a Stellaris fan. We want to go down the administrative side, I think. Privateers, though. Privateers is cool. Tribute system. But then they have naval glory and boarding parties. What's going to be helpful for us in the long run? I would say that administrative focus is the way to fly for us at this moment in time, whilst we are sieging down this this place, as we have firmly entered the Renaissance. And yeah, we should be just dandy. Economy could be a little bit better, but you know, that's wartime for you. Time to sue for peace. I need some territory, obviously, and I want some lands that have some good stuff on it. Specifically, these sturdy grains. They're super helpful, and we'll be able to get some stuff out of that. So we need to see what we can claim. But sturdy grains in general should already be quite good. Now, we only get one territory out of it, which is a little bit unfortunate, but at least we can send our troops home before Christmas. And obviously, that's the most important thing, right? Like making sure that everybody is nice and home. How do I stand these guys down? Oh joy, a little bit of a Black Death being thrown into the mix. I mean, it is 1346, so I guess it's on track. Also, my stability seems to be minus 54. That can't be good, right? Obligatory Deus Vul technology research, because of course. Century is about to turn, and I think we can come to one whole conclusion, and that is I am absolutely terrible at this. My nation is currently the... let's take a look here, because I have an interface for this. Yeah, basically the worst nation on the planet right now. I think I'm like 800th, or so, yeah, 406. It was worse before, but for instance, my neighbors over here, they're 94th. So yeah, what about these guys? Are these guys? Okay, these are 340, but they're like a tiny nation. Or how about Osnabrück? What a 1400. Okay, so that's not that bad. But yeah, I'm kind of lacking behind, and the big problem that I'm having is I can't seem to figure out how I can do this goal. Like, it wants me to trade 13.35 worth of paper in the Burger trade market, which is fine. We can do that. But if we go to the economy, then we go to trading, and we then go to do paper in this market. Let me just completely disable that. We don't have enough trade capacity to really pull it off, which is highly unfortunate. Like, I can nuke this trade capacity from orbit. I still have 10.95, but overall, like, the amount of income that I'm getting here is not necessarily enough to actually do anything with. I'm not even quite sure how trade capacity can be increased, because I'm not entirely sure where that is defined. Anyway, having some trouble with that, and trying to improve my economy slowly over time, next to my buddies from Brabant over here who decided to take some of my territory. Good times. One thing that I do think is really cool is how the pop system is seems to be very inspired, at least, by Stellaris and everything that is in between. So for instance, we have these peasants, right? There's 23,000 peasants in this town. But if we build a building in the tier above that, like the laborers and whatnot, then those peasants will then be promoted to laborers, and in even bigger towns, those laborers can then be promoted to burghers, which is really cool. So overall, this whole system very recognizable if you're a Stellaris player. So from an economy perspective, from like a pop perspective, should be super straightforward if you're familiar with that game. Trying to get all the trade going to the other trade areas, though, that's a whole different ballpark. It's the dawn of a new century, and we are not in a very good position. We are very behind in terms of like normal power. And this is causing problems. Even these guys next door are significantly larger than us. And we're kind of being held back by the Holy Roman Empire. Because of their laws, we cannot really declare any sort of war on anybody without any certain causus belli. Which obviously is slowing us down quite significantly, especially considering a lot of the smaller areas have already been consolidated. Because of that, I have decided to build wharfs and shipping everywhere, because I am drawn to the west. I am drawn across the ocean. Like the elves of Valinor, I will need to go across the sea to the lands beyond. And that's what we're going to be doing. We got a couple of years. I've got about 30 years to prep everything, but the most important thing is we get our sailors up and running. Because we don't have sailors, we can't send missions across. And that would be an issue. So we need to get as many sailors as we can to get ready to send out missions across the ocean. And that's the most important thing right now. And of course, it all pools. It's a pooled resource. So even if these guys try to do it, they still need to, catch up by pooling their sailors in there. So that's what we're going to be doing. In the meantime, also try to, finish this stupid mission, because we're just really struggling here. Turns out I've got another resource I did not know about. I can apparently canonize a saint because I'm a good Catholic. So I'm just going to canonize one of my dudes, and they are now a saint. Yes, we're Catholic still. We had some Cathars, we got some Protestants popping around. We all said no to those because I know what happens to those people historically. So we'll see how it goes. Hey, but at least we got another saint, another resource that I did not know that we had. Okay, I just randomly took control of all of this territory down here. That's kind of unexpected, and now all the French want to pay me for military access, which is fine. I'll take that money. That's not an issue. Just especially when I have this random buffer state in the bottom here that I'm now slowly trying to integrate. I think it has to do with the shared throne. They died, and then I gained all this territory. So I guess royalty does pay after all. How's the world looking, by the way? Hungary's getting big. Castilla is getting big. The Ottomans are not doing too hot. Yeah, well, Sweden being Sweden. How bizarre. What a fun game. Finally, after what seems to be forever, I finally managed to get the economic tree finished. And we get dividend profits, which is nice. But it took me claiming an entire different country of territory before we could actually do it. And now we just get set up with the next tree, which is also just infrastructure efforts, which is good. You know, I like that sort of thing. But that took way too long. That was ridiculous. Still, though, maybe we'll now finally get some more money. So my next mission is to improve the infrastructure within the country, which is fair. You know, we can do that. However, small, tiny problem. Wave of urbanization requires my capital to be a city. Now, all the other ones I did quite quickly, because obviously it's quite, you know, pretty advanced. We took a long time to get anywhere. However, if we actually go to our capital through this tiny button over here, we can upgrade it. It only costs 1,400 currency. We now have 6. That's not good. I think this is gonna take a while. I think we yearn for the West. Meanwhile, the 100-year war is doing its thing. France has invaded Wales. Specifically Swansea. So if you're in Swansea right now and you see a bunch of French roaming down the street, don't you just worry. They're doing the same thing in Chester, so it's okay. They're just on the edge of going towards Manchester right now. The English are doing the same thing though, so don't you worry too much. It's just the French and the English being the French and the English. France wins the 100-year war. And this was expected. Okay, well, we got this rebellion to deal with at the moment. The territory that we managed to claim decided to be a little bit uppity. Nothing that we can't take care of in the short run. But yeah, they're getting crushed all over the place. We're gonna just chase them down and be done with it because I don't want this this rebellion against my people to stand like that. Good news, we're no longer rank garbage, we're now rank disappointing within a gigantic world. Just for a little bit of context, Munster over here, they are significantly better than us. Well, actually, no, they're about on the same level. So we're about as good as Munster, but we're not as good as these guys who are 91st. We need to... it's luring me, man. There's something out there, and I've already unlocked trade fleets, and we've got the sailors. Let's do this. I need to feel the wind of the sea in my hair. I'm bald, by the way. There it is. The age of discovery, the quest for the new world. I mean, it has to be done. It has to be done. The new world needs to be discovered. We have the money, we have the resources, and we should recruit an explorer as fast as we can so that we can see what's out there. The Azores. Can I go there? Oh, not yet. There's something over here, though. I will find it. Explore it. Because there's no way we can do anything else over here. So, in order to discover the new world, we need to recruit an explorer. But in order to recruit an explorer, we need to explore commissions, which requires us to also get the discovery of the new world. Now we go to the tech tree here, and we actually go into the general tech tree of the Age of Discovery. We need to adopt a new world, obviously. But how are we going to do that? Because it was previously adopted in like Sevilla down here, I would like to be able to discover the new world. Now, why do I need to wait on these friggin' institutions to be able to do anything? Can I get these institutions quicker? Is that a thing? So I've done a little bit of digging, and apparently I need to do a promote institution cabinet action in order to, quote-unquote, promote institutions, because it needs to spread from Sevilla down here all the way up to us. So do we actually have anybody available that we could use to actually promote things? Because I think that's like the biggest question. So let's take a look at the cabinet here. Changing societal values, integrating Hanoi. Can we do societal, foster new culture, integrate province? I don't think we actually have the ability to promote institutions at this moment in time, which is highly annoying because I need that in order to get access to the new world. But apparently it also has to do with like the skills of my character, which is like a whole different category of things, like the character panel and whatnot. Oh, this is crazy. Wait, I can join a chivalrous order? So in order to further spread stuff between us and Sevilla, we need to give them things like fleet basing rights and food access. Because with fleet basing rights, obviously, then, you know, their people will move into our place. We want to do similar things as well. So we want to give them as much access as possible where necessary. So, for instance, food access is not necessarily going to give them anything, but same international organization. They trust us. That's good. I'm going to have a look through here to see if there's anything interesting here. How is this place, of all places, allowed to do a friggin' exploration mission? And I'm not. Because because this giant ass blob of Munster has access to exploration. I do not. Well, that's absolute garbage. I wanna be able to recruit an explorer. And in the latest news, everything is awful because I don't have what I want, and there is a coup attempt plus a succession crisis within my empire. That is problematic and highly annoying. Also, for some reason, the economy is not doing particularly well. I should probably just remove all the Diplo spending because this is just completely out of control. Stability. We should probably put some money into that if we can. The big issue is we got quite a lot of interest that we're paying, which is something we need to get out of because we got several loans that from several people that we need to get around. So we can balance the budget. That's not an issue. It's just we've got this succession crisis as well as several rebellious estates on our hands. This may take some time. And then finally, after several civil wars, other issues with other countries, a whole bunch of garbage going on, getting territories in a couple of places, finally managing to capture Utrecht. That took friggin' forever. Finally, we can adopt the new world. It will cost us a little bit more than we can afford right now. So 21 gold and a little bit of stability, which is something we don't want to do just yet. But I know that some other countries have already had it for a while, which obviously is not great, but is something that we'll just have to deal with for the moment because we need the resources from the new world whilst we are steadily just sieging down all of this garbage over here from these stupid ass uprising people, which is just not acceptable at all. Thankfully, we have some other people coming in. We have the army of what? Which who is this? Franche-Comté. So they are our friends basically. They just come in and save the day with their 14,000 troops versus whatever we have. But that's good. At least, you know, at least we can try to siege them down a little bit. But just curious if this is going to pan out. Let's put it that way. All right, it's time to do it. The new world institution. Okay, we've embraced the institution. Well, that's good. now we should be able to get access to a bunch of technology from the Age of Discovery, specifically the New World. Like, that's the priority right now. Colonial charters, all that jazz, and specifically the explorer commissions, because we need to get the heck into the exploration stage, especially like trading, etc. The faster we can get there, the better. This is where I get to the New World and Spain's already taken everything. Like, it's gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. I find myself in a bit of an awkward situation. Obviously, we are the County of Holland, the best county in the world. Sadly, the country of the Netherlands has somehow founded itself in the backcountry, and that is problematic. So, we're going to need to do something about that. We're going to somehow need to claim all of this stuff, because it's just not done. It's just not done. Can we get Flanders at least? Like, is that possible? Like, they're not that strong. We'll see. The time has come to recruit an explorer. Yes. An explorer, please. Yes. Okay, cool. So we got an explorer now. So they're doing a thing. We need to spend gold on this. Oh God, we need more money. And I don't want to explore. Well, the Azores. Macronosia. We need to explore the Azores, really, to get this party going. So. A small loan just to get the ball rolling should be enough. What? Okay. Distance to target area. Oh, okay. Which one's The Hague? All right, let's just do it. And a character to send. You can go. It will go on, in 206 days, it will go out and set out into the unknown, and we'll have an exploration into the Azores from The Hague. So, we'll see how that party goes. We are horribly in debt. 1,500 credits in debt, or ducats in debt, whatever you want to call it. And nobody likes us anymore internally, but we're going to go and explore the South Seas. So at least there's that. Oh my god, our explorers have completed their preparations, are setting off into the unknown to start exploring this Azores. Alright. There's some upkeep costs attached to this. It's not the end of the world, but they're on their way. There you go, monthly progress is due to stuff, but the base cost is pretty high. We'll be fine. It's going to be great. Okay, sweet. We've discovered the Azores. Okay, so that's good. So, we got some islands over here. Are they already being claimed? It's Start. Okay, we need 100. We need 115. Well, 100 ducats in order to do this. We will extend this loan. I need to explore these islands. They're probably already being claimed by San Miguel, so we already know what's going on here. But yeah, we're gonna explore the islands and be done with it. And I need somebody with high. Yeah, you will do. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna go ahead and explore that, and maybe we can do some more stuff beyond that. Yeah, Madeira, Maghreb. We need to be able to cross the seas. Now I've already set that up in my research queue, from what I could see. Improved trade ships. We already have got queued up, but it's the allows open sea exploration. That's the important one. So once we can do that, we can explore across the Atlantic, the lands beyond. In retrospect, I think the biggest mistake that I made was giving the nobles way too much power instead of the crown, which obviously means that a lot of the money is moving to the nobles rather than the crown, which is problematic, which is why my economy is so much in the shitter. So if you click here, I can take away all of these things, and I kind of added them, and I didn't really know what kind of impact they would have. Yeah, basically it's screwed over my ability to spend money in general. So the nobles have way too much power. We do have a golden era of culture, so that's nice. But yeah, that's definitely something I will do better in the future. Also, apparently we need to have a local wedding custom to do in the Azores whilst we are exploring them. What a delight. Okay, I can now go across the ocean. So what we want to do is we want to check out the North Atlantic area. I think that would be best. And we'll send this character over. And we'll taking a look over what's over here in this Terra Cognita. It's going to be a while, but it's going to be worth it. Also, there's a civil war going on. Of course there is, but we don't care. We just want to see what's on the other side. Maybe there is nothing there. Maybe we'll go straight over towards the other side into Asia. Who knows? All I know is that my other friends are here to help me out. So that's at least something. I'm not spending any money anymore on this civil war shenanigans. What on earth is going on in France? I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but apparently this random French army seems to be attacking something. I'm not entirely sure why, but it's definitely doing something. I'll tell you that. The discovery of the new world. Explorers from Portugal. Okay, well, you know, what a time to be alive, I guess. They're probably right here somewhere, like the Gulf. Whereas I'm more interested in like the fur trade sort of area. So we'll see how that's gonna pan out. This discovery is not gonna happen for a while. Oh, how strong is Portugal? Oh, we are weaker than them. That's unfortunate. We'll get there. We'll get there. New Holland will be a thing. We found land potentially. Okay, what do we have here? Some sort of land-based business. The Canadian coast. I don't care about the Eastern Greenland. It will give us access to so much other stuff. We need a little bit of more gold, though. It's a small loan to keep me going. Only 2,000 in debt. It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna discover the rest of the world. All this other crap we don't care about. Eastern Greenland? No. There we go. Off you go. Another journey, Hendrik Brandenburg. Let's go. Man, Portugal just beat me to it a little bit before. And they probably crossed here towards the Caribbean, like I said. We're only a little bit in debt. It's only 2,000 ducats. It's fine. There it is. The glorious new world. Ignore the fact that we're minus 51 in gold and debt every month. We're probably gonna go bankrupt before we discover actual land. We can discover something called Arcadia, which is down here, whatever that is, or Labrador. But I don't want to discover Labrador. I want to discover a piece of land. Land. Give me, what is this? Prince Edward Island? No, this is not. This is what, Labrador? No, that's up here. Or is that Newfoundland? I can't remember. We're gonna go. We're on our way. Yeah, I'm starting to think. Oh, new exploration to Arcadia. I'm starting to think that taking this many loans was probably not. Oh my god, I got 29 loans. Yeah, this is. Can I just default? Is that possible? Is that maybe a thing? No. Oh boy. Let's just hope that we can actually discover land before we're so crippled that we can't do anything anymore. Oh boy, that would be genuinely hilarious if we actually got to the point where we've burdened ourselves so badly that we can literally cannot do anything anymore. Oh, there's another one. Not alone. Yep. Yeah, oh, we are spiraling. Our interest rates are higher than our income. Or actually, for every loan we make, we get more interest. And with more interest, we have to take another loan, which means we need to take more interest and then yet another loan. I'm going to need to start selling off land if this continues. Oh, this is genuinely hilarious. I love it. Economics 101, kids. Don't take on too much debt. Actually, I just realized something. I think I know a way how to get out of this debt. I'm gonna start minting money. That's gonna get me out of this. I'm just going to start printing money. And what's the worst that could happen, right? Okay. Is that gonna be... Okay, so... +3. Alright, we're in the plus. We're good. Inflation's really high on a month by month. But we're getting there. Can I... Oh my... What? What 26? What's going on? Oh no, the crown power. The crown power. I don't have enough crown power. And it's called... Oh no. Alright, I had another idea. Genius idea. Genius idea. What if I start selling land? Like, it's probably worth a lot, right? How about I economic actions. Sell location. You want to buy Oldenburg? Yeah? You want to... 75 bucks is yours. Congratulations. The whole thing. You can have it. You want some... I need to sell this too. It's sell location. In a couple of months. In October. 13th October. Then I can sell the next bit. Hopefully inflation's not going to kill me by then. Can I service some debt? Yes, I can service some debt. I got 31 loans to get out of. Come on. All right. Okay. I should be able to sell the next one. Sell the next one. Sell location. For 22 ducats. Sure. Absolutely. Let's do it. And then I'll sell Oldenburg as well. When can I sell it again? Beat Windward. Okay, cool. The next one. Sell it in... Now. No? Hold on. I don't care about the Navy right now. Can I sell the Navy? That's actually a good question. Can I sell the Navy? Should I sell the Navy? What's the upkeep on this? Screw it. We're just gonna throw away the Navy. We don't need the Navy anymore. And you, can you please buy my land? Sell location. Oldham, 90 ducats. Perfect. Okay, cool. We got some money again. We can service some of our debts. We're down 10 debts now. We may actually be able to do this. Why don't I sell all the French territory? Oh my god. We can sell a piece of territory for 4,200 ducats. Let's sell it. Oh my god. We all of a sudden have so much money. Oh, we can service all of our debts, but that's not what we're gonna do. We're actually going to upgrade our city. Oh, that feels so good. Okay, we may actually be able to... Oh. To service all of our debts. Oh my god, we may have actually done it. We may be okay. All it cost was our dignity and a piece of territory. Alright, cool. Turned out the magic trick is selling out your countrymen. To whomever has the biggest amount of money ready. We still have got a bunch of territory that we could potentially sell off. Like, hey guys, would you be interested in buying some territory maybe? How about this? 300 bucks? Ooh, 300 something? No, I don't think that's good enough. What about you, France? Are you maybe interested in buying some land for 2,300 bucks? Yeah, that's okay. I'm fine with that. That's good. Okay, I sold off a bunch more territory for insane amounts of dosh. I now have 4K. We may actually be able to do anything with this, and I've decided to build roads everywhere to increase control in all of my areas and just consolidate all of my territory. Because who cares about Europe? Who cares about that? I got Arcadia over here. We're gonna make billions controlling that. Who cares about you, Netherlands? Nobody does. Jeez. We did it. We actually did it. We found new land. All we had to do is sell off most of our territory in the south, which we were taking hostage at that moment anyway. And there it is. The land. It's not owned by any country. Well, it soon will be. But there must be more. Ghana, the Labrador area. There's New Brunswick, the main area. Prince Edward Island. We're going to continue exploring to see what's out there. Let's do it. And at the same time, we have to create a colonial charter. We have to find somewhere that's got good resources on it. I don't know what that is. Oh, there's fish. Fish. Lumber. Lumber's good for construction. Let's create a colonial charter. Oh, there's like several thousand people ready to move there. Our people are flocking to settle this virgin territory. Oh my god. Can I do another one? It's already my area. Let's do another one. From North Holland. This is likely going to cripple my economy even more. But I don't care. We're gonna create colonies. Another one. Three colonies being built. It's gonna be glorious. They're coming in. They're starting to move in. There they are. I probably am going a little bit too hard on this, but I don't care anymore. Apparently, there's two nations in the world that have colonies. Me and Portugal. And Portugal wants to do a treaty. Where we can... Yeah. This is bizarre. We can basically say, yeah, we're allowed to claim this territory. How bizarre. Origin of the line. Well, we're about to find out whether or not I'm allowed to colonize this afterwards. If not, yeah, that's gonna get awkward real quick. Oh, it does look glorious, doesn't it? I can't wait for the whole place to be covered in my stuff. There it is. Oh, yes. Our first colony. New life in the colonies? Okay, interesting. We started construction of a market. Switch to playing as colonial subject. No, we'll keep you as part of our country for now. I'm not gonna not gonna change to this country. That would be insanity. Or would it? Sounds like fun, actually. Oh my god, I think I found some natives. I did indeed, and they do not like us. Let's see if we can do something about that. And maybe later on we can sell some land to them. Who knows? That sounds like a great idea. Speaking of which, I think it's about that time. We should probably sell some land. Maybe to the French this time. Maybe I should become Lutheran. Is this a wise idea? Screw it. Let's do it. Let's become Lutheran. Yep. I'm sure nothing terrible will come out of this. Okay. We'll see how this goes. And with that, I think we've pretty much done it. What a ride, really. Managing to finally discover the new world, creating new colonies, and even create a new country called Massachusetts whilst we were away. What a delight. This has been really, really interesting. And of course, the whole journey of, should we really be doing the missions? Yes, we definitely should be doing the missions and actually reading what they do and what is needed in order to do the thing. And of course, if you start spiraling, just start selling off provinces, because clearly that's the only way to really put your economy back into gear, which is exactly what we have done now. Sure, we've lost a lot of territory, but we also have had the opportunity to, create new land and start moving people into the next era. And it looks like we're about to get into the next age anyway, the Age of Reformation, even though I'm already Lutheran. So that's a thing. Look, with all the religious turmoil in Europe, the bank not doing particularly well. I'm at minus 61 stability. I doubt Europe is going to stay for very long. So, tell you what. We are now a different country. Yeah. So, we are now a completely different place. We've decided to retire over here at the end of whatever this is. I think it's not Newfoundland, but it's one of those places. It's cold, we have almost no economy, and it is glorious. Thank you very much to Paradox Interactor for making this video possible. It's always fun when new games come out. Of course, Europa Universalis will be out on the 4th, so make sure you go and check it out. There's a link down in the description below that will take you to Steam, where you can basically check it out and maybe do a wish list and a follow on it. And of course, the game comes out in a couple days, and it will be really excited to play. But in the meantime, make sure you sell your countries, sell your countrymen, and then scuttle off to the new world, because what on earth is Europe doing?